We haven't done one of these in a little bit. Good old-fashioned list. Read a story today in CBS Sports giving one reason of optimism for the Cardinals in 2025, and I was intrigued by what they listed as the reason for optimism for the Cardinals. They focused on Marvin Harrison Jr. and a year two jump, a looming year two jump from Marvin Harrison Jr. So we thought, why don't we break out a list? And it's been a while. I need to make sure that the button still works here on the tablet. But since we're putting together a list, since we're talking about football, producer Evan has not heard this. Now, the P1s know what's coming. The P1s know what music is about to be played since we're talking football. Just get ready, because during the football season, we play this Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I think, are the 3 days that we bust this out. Tell me that immediately when I push this button, you aren't ready to watch some football. Okay? I need to make sure. Hold on. I messed it up. I had it on the wrong button. You're ready to run through a wall. You're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
You're like, you know what?
Let's go.
I don't care if it counts. Give me a preseason game today. The moment you hear this music, you are ready for football. So this is the music that we play when we recap stuff on Mondays, when I give out my picks on Fridays. We go to this too often. It is a crutch. I will be fully transparent about it, but it's because I just love the song so much. It just gets you ready for football.
I love it.
So since we're making a list and we're talking about football, yeah, you betcha I'm playing the NFL music. So all right, we're gonna tag team this. We're gonna put together one show list. 5 reasons for optimism for the Cardinals in 2025. And I think it's important that we do this 1 to 5, 1 being the reason for most optimism, and then scale it that way. So this is not just a random 5. The order matters here. I want to nominate something for the number 1 spot. Okay? The defensive overhaul this offseason, I think, is the principal point of optimism for this team. Because
that's what I had.
Last year, all season long, could this defense hold up? Could this defense do enough? Could they get enough pressure on the quarterback? And we knew the answer, right? We asked those questions, but we knew the answer. We were asking the questions because we were concerned. I don't think there's that concern anymore. You add Josh Sweat, a year 2 for Darius Robinson. You had Walter Nolan in the draft. You signed Calais Campbell and Dalvin Tomlinson for the interior of that defensive line. You have completely reworked this group. And oh, by the way, you stole Will Johnson at the 47th pick in the NFL draft to just add to your corner room. So the defense that was, I think, everybody's main concern going into last season and everybody's main area of improvement this season, they did it. They improved it. It is a better group. And so if there's a reason why you think what they did last year, that they're going to improve on it, that they're going to be better, that they're going to break through and make the playoffs, number 1 for me, no questions asked, the defensive improvement for this team.
Specifically, I had the improvement up front.
Yeah.
Sweat, Tomlinson, Walter Nolan was who I put at 1 on my list. But adding Will Johnson in there, I certainly agree with. And I think that is the most exciting part of what this team is going to be this year.
Just a group that has veterans. You know the production you're going to get. It's just better. There aren't any weak spots where you go, that's going to be a problem. You have veteran players. You hope that they stay healthy. You hope that it gels quickly, right? There are things to point to that maybe lead to a slow start, but I don't have concerns that they're not going to have the depth, that they don't have the raw talent, right? If you look at them on paper, you look at the Cardinals on paper defensively, and it is just a better group across the board. All right, do you want to nominate something?
For 2, I will take the second-year jump for Marvin Harrison.
So you want
what I was going to nominate at 2.
You want to put this in the 2 spot?
Yeah. I was back and forth on 2 and 3, if you want to hear both.
Can I throw out what I want to nominate as number 2? Maybe it is your number 3? Because I don't know your list. You don't know my list.
Yeah.
You have a top 3 tight end in the NFL? Like, my reason for optimism.
I had that at 4 just because there's no big change.
It doesn't matter. He's a top 3 tight end in the NFL. If I'm looking for optimism, you have somebody that most teams don't have an answer for. You have somebody in Trey McBride that other teams don't have their version of when you face them. It is a mismatch every single week.
I don't hate it at 2.
Games,
I had it at 4.
18 weeks. Trey McBride is a mismatch. He's a problem. That's a difference maker. And for an offense that we're still hoping that Marv becomes that difference maker, my reason for optimism, there's a relationship there with Kyler. They're on the same page. I don't worry about them, having a slow start. And so, yeah, it's just one player, but man, Trey McBride being a top 3 tight end and getting paid and not having to worry about all of that, I would like to nominate that. But hey, you can share the rest of yours and we can order this correctly.
So 2, I had the second-year jump for Marvin Harrison.
Okay. Definitely going to be on the list at some point. I just don't know if it'll be a 2.
Third, I had third year is Gannon as the head coach. You've seen improvements in each of the first 2 years, and now you need to make that next step forward, and I think that there's a little bit of optimism there.
It's a continuity argument. A reason for optimism is there's no change in your coaching staff. Yeah, you lost a couple of assistants to other places, but offensive coordinator still here, defensive coordinator still here, same head coach, same philosophy, no real major changes. And normally that's a bad thing when you say it, but it's actually a good thing in this case, right? Everybody knows on this roster what the expectation is. They know because the head coach has been there for a couple of years. Budda Baker, as a leader, knows what is being asked of him. James Conner, Kyler Murray, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr. on offense, all of these guys, they know what is expected of them. They're not learning a new offense. They're going to add stuff to their plate. They're going to add to the offense to make it better, but you're not bringing in somebody completely new that has got a whole new system and new verbiage and you don't have any of that. And so that continuity is actually an excellent thing. Love that. I want to make that number 2.
Okay.
I want to make that number 2 because continuity matters when you're trying to make that jump from fringe playoff team, haven't been in the playoffs in the last couple of years, to breaking through. That continuity of you don't have a new coach and it's going to take a little bit for everybody to get on the same page. No, this team is going to hit the ground running and they're going to hopefully pick up right where they left off. Not necessarily with the last couple of games, but an 8-win season, doubling their win total, playing good football.
And Chris, do you know what happens in year 3?
What happens in year 3? Oh, you know what? I hadn't considered that the alignment happens in year 3. That's right. The alignment does happen in year 3. Great call by you. So I want to make that number 2. So now we have candidates for the rest of the list. We have Marv, year 2 jump, reason for optimism. Trey McBride as a top 3 tight end. Anything else that you want to nominate before I may throw something in?
And this is for number 2?
Strictly. Number 1 is defensive overhaul. Number 2 is continuity with the coaching. We're talking 3, 4, and 5. We have 2 candidates right now, so we have an open spot.
Okay, I have one more that I don't actually know if counts. I put it with an asterisk.
Well, I love this.
And we talked about it. We did a whole segment on it. The possible addition of a veteran wide receiver to help Marv.
If they do that, yes, let's put it on the list, right? If they add a wide receiver, I would put on this list that there's no more built-in excuses for Kyler, right? And that's a great thing. Now, shout out to our guy, Sean, who I think has something that is worth discussing. He says, can I throw in the fact that the division has taken a step backwards across the board? 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, all losing impact pieces, not the top-heavy division it has been in the last 6 to 7 years. I think this is an excellent point, and it is worthy of discussion, right? The Seahawks, a team that traded their quarterback away. Yes, they signed Sam Darnold, but that's going to take time to gel, right? The Rams, as long as they have Matt Stafford, they're going to be good enough, but are they scary? Are you afraid of them? I'll tell you what, the team that's been the big bad wolf of this division for the last half decade, I'm not scared of the 49ers.
I feel like the Niners have rolled over, and the Rams continue to get older. I don't care what people say, they continue to get older.
They're getting younger on defense, which
I know
is
they
important.
got younger on defense, but the quarterback, and listen, I'm the biggest Stafford fan out of them all, but eventually you're going to have to see some kind of regression.
Yeah, this is not a division where you look at it and you go, I'm scared of playing San Francisco twice a year. I'm scared of playing the Rams twice a year. Are they going to be tough, competitive games? Yes, you're going to have to earn wins against those teams. But am I scared of those teams? Is that like going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs? Is it like going to Buffalo to face the Bills? Is it like going to Philadelphia to face the Eagles? The Lions in Detroit? Is it like facing any of those teams? Absolutely not. So let's put that on the list as well. So we've got 3, 4, and 5. We've got our 3 candidates. We have the year 2 jump for Marv. We'll put that at 5 because there's some projection there. We'll put that at 5. We have the division being a little underwhelming. I think that's a good thing for number 3. And then number 4, Trey McBride being a top 3 tight end.
Love it.
So 5 reasons to be optimistic about the Cardinals in 2025. Number 1, the defensive improvement. Number 2, the continuity with the coaching staff. Number 3, a weaker division compared to recent memory. Number 4, Trey McBride is a top 3 tight end and a real mismatch and difference maker. And number 5, the expected year 2 jump for Marvin Harrison Jr. and what it could mean for this offense. Boy, was it nice to play that music. Boy, was it nice to put together a list.